If you like large parties, A Great Gatsby is on Broadway, the brand new musical based on the iconic novel by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I caught up with Jay Gatsby himself, Jeremy Jordan.
Daisy, my waiting is through. If you bring her to me, I'll be indebted to you.
How are you feeling about everything at this point?
It's exciting. I mean, I stepped foot on the stage for the first time yesterday and sang again on a Broadway stage. It's been a really long time for me since I've sung on a Broadway stage, and it's been a long time since I've done an original show on Broadway. So it still feels great every time. It's exciting.
What is it like to be back on a stage? It has been a little bit of time for you. Is it a whole different learning curve for your brain or for your body or for what?
I don't know. We're gonna find that out. But doing the 8 shows a week for a long period of time, it's been a minute since I've done that. As I get a little bit older, I'm always looking for ways to not hurt myself. Before, when I was younger, I was throw it all out there, and you wake up the next morning like, yeah, I'm fine. Doesn't happen like that anymore.
Now you understand what 8 shows a week means.
I know, exactly. I'm like,
it's a little different.
I used to think that was not that big of a deal, but and then I had a child that wakes me up early in the morning every day after getting home at 11 plus at night. So
you've done a lot of period pieces. I mean, this is one though that written over 100 years ago, and we're talking about some big Hollywood heavyweights that have been in this role before. So what do you want to bring to? What do you want to bring to this one?
Yeah, I mean,
you're creating your own heavyweight.
Yeah,
here.
First of all, I've stuck really to the book.
Good.
I don't know that I've ever seen the Robert Redford version, and I know that I saw the DiCaprio version many years ago, but the thing that I've learned about myself, and I think a lot of people, is that when you see somebody else do an interpretation of the same character or the same work, it's just always there in the back of your mind, and it's harder to really make that fully your own. So there's a couple things that I say in the show that I've heard DiCaprio say, and it's still really hard for me to get his version of that iconic line out of my head. And so I try to remove myself from that and sort of create Gatsby from scratch in our own way. And the book is told from a single perspective, which is one of the characters, the character of Nick. And so he really only can guess at the motivations of the other characters and their inner workings. And so that's where we get to kind of play and make discoveries and decide new things. My Gatsby, at least, my sort of first question was what kind of person would literally go to the ends of the earth and somehow become the richest person in Long Island over the course of a very short period of time just because he wants to get a girl. That kind of person is not the most stable human being. Yeah. They're not the most rational of thinkers. He's a little bit neurotic. He's a little bit, of a control freak. And I think that ultimately ends up being his downfall, but it's really fun to kind of attack it from how does someone like that get to be this way? And that's kind of where I started. And what's really cool is that because it's a musical, we have all these different styles at our disposal. So the music and the choreography, and to a maybe slightly lesser degree, the sets and design really bring in elements of modern sort of 2024 while still telling a story that's set back in 1922. And so we try to bridge the gap a little bit, so it's not like you're watching something through a time capsule. It feels relatable, but it's also still, giving you the real story.